Woohoo.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to our webinar, what we call our VLP Movement, featuring our amazing company, LifeWave. So tonight we're going to kind of share a little bit what we're about.
Yep, and we'll talk a little bit about the VLP movement just for a minute, and then talk probably a great deal about the company that we have aligned ourselves with, and maybe even talk a little bit about the products, because that's the exciting part of this. So, but I think it'd be cool to maybe give you a chance to get to know Cindy and I just a little bit here at the beginning, because many of you may not know us.
And before we get started, could somebody just drop a comment in the chat, just letting you know that you can see us and hear us? Just say yes. We really appreciate it.
Excellent.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well,
we have liftoff. Yeah. So, of course, Cindy and Joe, we're not experts at doing these live webinars by any sense of the imagination, and we've been known to crash and burn a few times, but just bear with us. We're going to be trying to get a great deal of information to you tonight in a very short period of time, because we do respect your time, but there's so much that we want to share with you tonight. And maybe you want to just start off with the VLP movement? Or?
Okay, all right. So, but first, a brief introduction. I just want to give you a little story about myself. You know, I've always been very passionate about staying healthy and active throughout my life. And as early as my early 20s, I've been faced with severe back pain and neck pain. Didn't know the cause. I was young. I stayed active, but sometimes it was very, very, very challenging. And then in my late 30s, I had to have two very major surgeries to correct a severe disability in my neck. That went well. I'm, limited on my range, but that went well. But my low back continued to be, just progressively getting worse throughout, over the next years to, decade and a half to come. So back in 2012, it was almost unbearable. I could not sometimes get out of bed. I couldn't get in and out of a car. I couldn't move laterally. I couldn't sit for long periods of time. I could stand in one place, but walk, as long as I didn't take a step to the right or the left, because it would throw me into an episode that would last a few days, weeks, sometimes even months. So, I went to several doctors. Surgery was recommended, and they wanted to put me on all these medications and pills. And I just, I needed to find an alternative way, because I didn't want to go that route unless it was absolutely mandatory. And, about a year later is when doing some research online, I stumbled across this company. And it was an amazing discovery for me, because it literally changed my whole future. So I'm really grateful. And
yeah, I am too.
So with that, I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Okay. Excellent.
Here we go. And we'll get started with the presentation.
Let's see if it works. Okay, are we in?
Is it back? And okay.
Excellent. Well, one common theme that I'm going to touch on just a couple of little times during this presentation tonight, and it has to do with why we do what we do and the things that really have driven us in the decisions that we've made and so on. And so we've got these three pillars that mean a lot to us. And we looked at this business, and we found that this business pretty much represented everything that we were looking for in these three pillars. The first one being a life of vitality. We make choices in our lives. We all do. And we can choose just to live out our lives and go away when our time is done, or we can take control over what we do and eat right and exercise right and give ourselves an opportunity to live on this earth in a much more vital state, and to do so in a way that we extend our lives. How many candles are on that birthday cake? Holy cow. So it's very, another thing that's very near and dear to us is a way to live a much longer life with that vitality. And the beautiful thing about when those two things come together, you find that you're going to be living a lot longer, and you're going to be wanting to do the kinds of things that you really enjoy doing. And so having the prosperity to do that is the natural third pillar to what we believe a nice rounded life is. I mean, there's another pillar too, but we won't get into the religious side of things tonight. But those are the three pillars that we looked at in a lot of things that we've decided to do in our lives. And it just turned out that this particular business and this particular group of products just fits so well in there. So that's our VLP movement.
So the company I stumbled on back in late 2014 is called LifeWave. And LifeWave has technology for improving our health and providing dynamic anti-aging benefits. Now I'm going to touch a little bit on the history of LifeWave and how it got started. David Schmidt is the founder of LifeWave and the CEO. He's a scientist, a biologist, inventor. And he was, prior to starting LifeWave back in the very early 2000s, David was invited to participate in the U.S. Navy's Next Generation Mini Submarine program. And the goal was to find a way to keep the crew members alive longer in the event of a catastrophe. Now, this kind of led David on a mission. He also wanted to find a way to keep crew members awake longer without having to use caffeine or stimulants. So this led David on to what he developed, the LifeWave Energy Enhancer patch. So David decided to bring this patch, this company, and founded LifeWave at that time. And this was just in 2004. Shortly after the patch became public and was released to the public, it got into the hands of the Stanford University women's swim team coach, Richard Quick. Now, Coach Quick provided the patches to his swim team women, and just 3 weeks later, 6 out of 8 of the girls swam their personal best, and one even set a record. So a few weeks later, or a few months later, the girls were seen wearing the patches during the Olympic trials. Now this kind of created a scandal, drew some attention. So the patches were then required to go for doping testing at the anti-doping agency, UCLA anti-doping agency. And the patches came back clean. They were proven to contain no chemicals, stimulants, or any type of performance-enhancing means inside of them, as well as the girls were also tested clean. So when this happened, it really puts LifeWave into the spotlight. Actresses, athletes, celebrities from all over the world began endorsing the LifeWave Energy Enhancer patch. So LifeWave patches are backed by science, and they conduct numerous clinical studies on their patches to prove their effectiveness and to prove their safety. LifeWave has several patents, in fact, over 70 on regenerative science alone. There's extensive scientific research that goes behind the development of these products. So I'm going to give you a little video here that kind of just tells us exactly how these patches work.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative powers and provide specific health benefits, all without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals, all helping you to stay healthy and young. To find out more, contact your distributor or visit lifewave.com. LifeWave. Live long. Live well.
They say it so well.
They do. So just to kind of recap on that, and something I want to really emphasize here is that these patches are non-transdermal. Nothing is entering your body. They simply work by placing them in a specific point on the body, such as an area of pain or the recommended placement. Each patches have different recommended placements. And it's activated by the body heat. So it's reflecting the wavelengths of light with the infrared and visible spectra. So this is really a very unique technology. The specific wavelengths of light on the surface of the skin stimulate the nerves, and that kind of creates this response, this chemical response from the body. It's actually called photobiomodulation, and that is simply the basis of phototherapy. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do a brief little talk about some of the other patches that Joe and I have been enjoying over the past 4.5 years. Okay, we talked about the energy enhancer. About a year later, LifeWave began to expand their product line, first with the Silent Nights patch, which helps enhance the quality of sleep and increase the length of sleep. And then there's IceWave. Now, IceWave is a fast-acting, safe, and natural pain relief for the whole body or for a specific local pain. And keep in mind, all these products are free from drugs, chemicals, and stimulants. Now, the second generation of the LifeWave patches is called referred to as anti-aging. They're called the Y-Age. I'll start with glutathione, which is one of my favorites. Glutathione is the body's master antioxidant. It supports the immune system and promotes the release of stored toxins. So it's our body's detoxifier. Glutathione is primarily, it's in every cell of the body, but primarily the liver and the lungs. And it's essential for regeneration and for, immune system and just staying young and being healthy. The next YH patch is called carnosine. Now, carnosine is also another anti-aging substance, which is concentrated in the heart and in the muscle and in the brain. So clinical studies have shown that carnosine will increase stamina, improve strength, flexibility. It's really the foundation of an active lifestyle. And then we come to Eon. Now, Eon is clinically proven to reduce stress and decrease inflammation. Now, I want to show you a little illustration here. This is through infrared testing, so the top images where you see the red, that represents inflammation in the body, and then the lower images represent about 10-15 minutes after the Eon patches is placed. I'll let Joe do a quick little story about how he responded to Eon when we first became LifeWave members.
Yes, this was how many years ago?
4.5.
4.5 years ago when Cindy first found LifeWave. One of the very first products I tried included this Eon patch, which I wore on the very back of my neck where your backbone meets your neck bone, your head bone. And after wearing that Eon patch for a period of time, I began to recognize that something that had been ailing me ever since I was in college. I was playing intramural football and had a bad day, and I compressed 2 vertebrae in my neck, C6 and C7, and ended up with that big giant neck brace on, and I wore that forever. And as the years went on, I figured at some point in time when I got older, I was just going to have that surgically worked on. Along came LifeWave, this Eon patch on the back of my neck. After wearing that for a few months, I began to realize how I was getting my range of motion back, and that pain that was constantly in the back of my neck and across my shoulders just began to, dissipate over time. Now, I could have tried IceWave, but I was using the Eon patch, and so over a period of time, it really helped me. I wasn't expecting it to do that. But now I've got complete range of motion. I no longer have that fear of doing things or straining my back or my neck. It did wonders for me, so it was beautiful.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to the greatest development in LifeWave to date. And this is a company that is 15 years old. And it has to do with stem cells, which is the future of health and medicine. So I'd like to introduce to you LifeWave's X39 patch.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells, a true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body, how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Imagine investing in companies like these when they first went public and riding their growth to where they are today. Those who made wise decisions to get involved gained incredible wealth. Now it's your turn. When it comes to regenerative anti-aging science, stem cells are the future. And thanks to LifeWave, you are at the forefront of it all. Don't miss out. X39 puts you on the threshold of explosive growth in your business like no other product ever could. And all you need to do is try it and share it with others. The LifeWave X39 patch, an absolute breakthrough. For your body, for your business. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
So stem cells, the future of health and regenerative medicine. I love that. But you know, what we've been seeing kind of going around, and a lot of us, we know about stem cells, we heard of them. There's procedures where they'll take stem cells from a donor, inject them into an area in the body that maybe is a troubled area or into an older person to try to get some regeneration going on. You know, the problem is these although very promising, these procedures are very expensive, and they're still not sure exactly how they're going to react. So understand with this new X39 patch, this is different. It elevates a naturally occurring compound or peptide, that GHK copper peptide, that normally declines with age. And this copper peptide activates our own stem cells. So I think I just kind of said that, right?
But it is stunning.
It is stunning. So, I kind of understand. First of all, I want to apologize, and Joe said sometimes we make some mistakes. I added some new slides in here today, just this afternoon, to make it a little kind of change it up. We didn't rehearse, so we didn't go through it to see the order. So, but elevating this peptide, this GHK CU, elevating your stem cells, which naturally resets thousands of genes back to a younger and healthy state. This is really pretty amazing. So what is a peptide? Okay, chain of 2 or more amino acids. They're building blocks of protein and bioregulators that control genetic expression and biologic activity of all the cells in the body. So what does this mean, and why is it important? This peptide, GHK-Cu, can slow down the aging process. And for anti-aging effects to occur, we need to elevate this because it's going to decline as we get older, like many things do. So let's talk about some of the benefits that you can expect from using X39. Well, first, back to the peptide. Here's just a small list of some of the things that this peptide, GHK-Cu, can do for you. I picked up this book. It's called GHK Copper Peptides, and it's by Dr. Lauren Picard. Dr. Lauren Picard actually discovered this peptide back in the early 70s. So he's put a lot of research and testing into what this peptide is and what it does for us. But if you can look at the slide, there's like a zillion things it can do for you in the areas of youthfulness, anti-aging, organ regeneration, just all kinds of great things that.
And the list goes on for 17 more slides.
Yeah, but again, you see the first bullet point, it increases our own stem cells. Okay, so some people, actually most people, will receive an immediate effect, and this is through the elevation of antioxidants and a decrease in inflammation. I'm going to pause here for a minute and tell you a brief story. Now, I had been using other LifeWave patches for 4 years prior to using X39, so I wasn't experiencing any severe pain. I felt really good. I felt very healthy. I had good energy. But one of the first things I noticed, my sleep was dramatically improved, because that's one thing, I've always been a problem sleeper. I also felt that my recovery from exercise, like I didn't get that little bit of soreness after a good workout, or if I did, it would go away pretty quickly. But the most important thing that happened, this is what happened to me, is that I have been seeing a naturalist doctor for about 2 years prior to this, and that helps with hormone balance and stuff like that. So they test my blood work every 3 months. And one of the things that they noted early on, 2 years ago, was that my C-reactive protein was very high in the high-risk area. And that's not a good thing. That's actually high. There's so many bad things it can do for you, but one of the things is it can affect your cognitive ability as we age, and that's something that we all want to avoid. So mine was very high, and through the 2 years, it just was always in the high-risk area. 6 weeks after using this patch, I went in for my regular labs, and I was astonished to learn that my C-reactive protein went down to normal, just 6 weeks. That's something that went on inside of me I wasn't even aware of, but I'm so glad that I'm aware of it now. Okay, more energy. Again, I noticed this right away. Using it daily, it increases the cellular energy in the body, so you may notice right away you're less tired and fatigued. Better sleep, again, something that I definitely noticed.
Me too.
Dramatic pain relief. Now, many people notice a reduction of pain right away. Some people, it takes a little bit longer. It just depends, because you got to understand, when we come to regenerating our body, we didn't get where we are overnight.
Right. And
however, there has been many, many, many people that have really experienced pain relief right away, and that is so promising.
And I can tell a little story about what I experienced with the X39 patch. You know, we talk about the fact that a lot of people experience some improvement pretty quickly. Well, if it took me 60 years for my body to get into the shape that it got into, you know, 2 or 3 months in finding improvement over that period of time, that's pretty quickly. So I started the X39 patch back in early February 6th, I believe it was. And I didn't know what to expect, but I love the concept of having the ability of making my stem cells younger. And I began to realize, or I began to understand how these patches were designed, and I wanted to be in that. Well, what happened was last fall, I had this trick knee. My right knee began to develop this propensity to just give out on me at the worst possible times. And you just never knew when it was going to happen. And what happened was, after being on the X39 for a little over 2.5 months, I realized that my right knee was no longer giving out on me. I had no fear anymore of going up and down the steps like I had just last fall. And it was something I wasn't expecting from X39. But, you know, I began to learn that X39 goes to where your body needs the most work, and then it gets to work. And it was just a tremendous finding for me, along with another one, but I'll save that for another night.
So over time, also, because activating stem cells leads to an increase in collagen in the skin, that decreases wrinkles. I like that. And again, I already talked about sports performance. I work out practically every day, sometimes a little over the top, and I get a little sore, but my recovery has been remarkable. Hair growth. Now, again, activating stem cells is, you know, can lead to hair growth. Now, although LifeWave has not tested this yet, they're keeping their eye on it. So am I. Scar removal. So activating stem cells leads to this phenomena called remodeling, and this is altering the structure of the skin, which in turn helps heal old scars. Youth renewal. Rewrite thousands of genes in the DNA to a younger state. To me, that is just, it's profound.
Yeah, we're seeing so many testimonials coming in from all over the world on this particular part of this, and we're just anxious to see how this progresses. We mentioned that this X39 patch was just introduced to the public just in January. So we're just now beginning to get the full momentum of how this is being just affecting people all over the place in a tremendously positive way. So
why don't you real quickly tell your blood pressure story?
Okay, I was going to save that.
Oh, you can save it. Okay, we'll save it. I'm not going to. Yeah, we'll go ahead. This slide just kind of shows what some of the patch users have been reporting, and this is kind of an old slide. So this was, you know, written like in January or February. The list is much longer now, and I'll include those in a future webinar. So basically, you know, the inventor, the founder, he literally has quoted, "This has been my greatest achievement yet."
And he's had some pretty amazing achievements.
So I know a lot of you may be on the call just to simply learn about the products, and that's wonderful. So we want to put our information out there. We are going to talk a little bit about the business side. We're not going to go into great detail here. We have a separate webinar for those that are extremely interested in that, but we do want to kind of introduce those who are kind of interested. So stay on. I'm going to go ahead and unshare my screen for just a moment.
Yes, that'd be good.
And okay, just want to see if there's any questions, and I don't see any questions right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and I guess share again.
Go back to our presentation.
And here we are, and continue.
Now, there's one more thing I want to mention about this screen here. And of course, you can pull out your cell phone, snap a picture of it, you'll know how to reach us. But if someone else invited you tonight to come and learn about this company, this product, just get back with them and let them know where your interest level is. They thought enough about you to share this information with you, and we'll be here to help support you in any way possible. Maybe I'll just spend 30 seconds to talk a little bit about, in the 4.5 years that Cindy and I have been in LifeWave, we've also taken another step, and that was to try to find ways of reaching out to more people who are just like us. They have the same kinds of desires and dreams in the health and wellness arena. And we knew that there were hundreds and maybe thousands of people just like us all over the world. And so we got busy and we began to learn a little bit about social media marketing and online marketing. And so what we hope to be able to do is to be able to share that kind of technique or that ability with you to help you find people just like you. And we just commit ourselves to helping no matter who comes in to the LifeWave business. We're going to help whoever they are, whether they're upline, crossline, downline, people we've never met before. And I've seen the list of people who are on the phone call tonight, and we've got some people who are not even in our line of sponsorship, but they're on the call tonight, and we love and appreciate that.
Okay, so let's just talk a little bit here. So, you know, again, LifeWave, what we have here, we have an advanced technology company. We have a great product, we have a great opportunity, and it's just an amazing opportunity. And did you want to?
Yeah,
I'll let you jump in.
How about if I can even take the mouse?
You sure can. Wow, we'll let Joe drive.
I got the controller. So a little bit about the company. Been around since 2004, as we said. We're now we've got distribution centers in over 12 countries. We've reached our 9th language. We're in literally over 100 countries altogether. And as a matter of fact, we just got an email this afternoon that they're opening up Thailand, they're opening up Turkey, and they've just opened Japan. So, you know, people, if you've got associates or people in those areas, those countries are going to explode with these technologies. And for whatever reason, the European countries seem to move faster when these products are introduced than even here in the US. So great stuff coming up. So let me find out how to advance this now that I stole it from you. So, you know, people ask themselves, you know, are you as healthy as you want to be? You know, are you where you want to be financially? And, you know, do you see the future unfolding in the way that you want it to? And if you're answering no to any of these, then you're probably in the right place tonight at the right time, because this opportunity is ripe for people right now. And let's recap just a little bit. With products that people need, it's a wearable technology, and it's in patch form. It's affordable, non-invasive, nothing enters the body. And it's based on phototherapy. You know, Eastern medicine understood this hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but now we understand with David Schmidt's ability to move light in a certain way to affect certain antioxidants within the body. It's an amazing technology. So that the patches simply use the light that your body is creating, and it puts that energy back into the body at certain points, meridian points, and it follows that through the body. Unique products, exclusively protected by many patents. When you're getting into a new opportunity or a new business, it's very, very important to be working with patented products. That way you're not being knocked off by copycats every other day. They do all their own research studies. We've got over 80 research and clinical studies. We use a lot of researchers and universities to further our knowledge of how these products work and future products will work. And this is a game changer. You know, you talk about the stem cell market. Now, there's some folks on the phone here who are very, very familiar with the stem cell market. And the opportunity is just mind-boggling. It is the future of medicine, and for a lot of reasons, and it's going to come up in a lot of forms, but we have a technology that has harness this in the most unique way, and it's non-transdermal and it's cost effective
And safe.
and safe. So again, you're in the right place at the right time with the right product, at least we believe so. The other things that the company itself handles for us, they do all the research, all the product development. They've got in-house manufacturing. They don't job this out to other people and let other people control our destiny. Everything is in-house. We've got fulfillment centers in over 12 different countries. They cover all the product liability insurance, the intellectual property, those kinds of things that if you're going to be setting up a business for yourself, you have to worry about. Well, they take care of all that, in addition to helping us with getting the word out and working with us with a lot of promotions and incentives. And what they do that is so unique, we're not going to dig too deeply into the compensation plan tonight, but they pay their commissions weekly, every single week. In the compensation plan, and like I said, we're just going to skim right over this tonight, but there are 6 different ways to generate commissions or revenues within the LifeWave system. So you've got this bevy of fantastic products, new technology, patented products, and not only will you benefit from the personal use and people who know you will benefit from the use of the products, you can begin to develop a side business from this that could quickly become a pretty significant thing for people who understand the power of this. So you can earn commissions as retail sales. You can be selling at retail, you're paying at wholesale. You can earn rewards for introducing people, new members to the LifeWave opportunity. And as a new member, they've put in just this year a special new award or bonus plan for people who in their first 90 days have an opportunity to earn an additional layer of income in the first 90 days. So you get off to a quick start. You're beginning to turn a little bit of money in quickly. They put in what's called matching bonuses. And that's basically a percentage or an override, as a number of people would call it, on the commissions earned by people who you have as personal team members. There's a binary bonus system, and this is so important to down the road understand how this works. This is one of the reasons why I became so interested in the LifeWave from a business standpoint. It was this binary bonus plan. And the way the binary bonus plan operates, it creates the opportunity for long-term residual income, and you get to leverage the ability of all the members, within your organization to help grow your business. There's also, they put in all the time, they're tossing in awards and the special, incentives and so on. Their desire with this new X39 patch, I'll give you a few numbers because I'm a numbers guy. We learn all this medical stuff about how these patches work because we've got tremendous marketing support from this company. But I'm a numbers guy, and Cindy is working in the banking community. But this all made so much sense to us. But every week it seems that they're putting new incentives out there. We had one this spring where as you brought in new members, you earned points, and if you earned a certain number of points, you won a cruise coming up this November with all the LifeWave, leaders and so on. And so it was a great incentive that they put out there. Anyways, those are the ways, multiple ways. We've got a separate webinar that's taped, recorded, that we have on YouTube that explains the entire compensation plan for anyone who just is curious and wants to learn more about that. We'll be glad to get that to whoever invited you here tonight, and they can get it to you, or if you came in through our invite, just reach out to us. We'll get right to you. Let's see what the next slide brings. This is kind of the pulling it all together. Yeah, these are just to put together breakthrough technology, things that truly help other people, and it's affordable. And as you share it with other people, And as you can show them how to be buying or obtaining these products at wholesale versus retail, you've got a business beginning to build below all of this at exactly the right time. Okay, now I'm going to let Cindy talk about the next slide here, because now that we've explained the products and the amazing benefits of the products, and we've talked a little bit about where this might take people if they have a entrepreneurial aspect or a desire within this framework. These are how you can get involved as a member in LifeWave.
And there are so many benefits to becoming a member, even for those who are simply interested in enjoying the product. And here's why. As a member, you're going to save money. You're going to have the ability to purchase products as you need them. There's no requirement as a member, unless you're building the business, to require them on a regular basis. You purchase them as you need them. You purchase them at member pricing, and that saves you a good percentage. I don't know exactly what that number is, but here's an example. The X39 patch retails for $149.99 for a 30-day supply. Members receive it for $99.95. That's a $50 per month savings, and that's just on one patch kit. Another benefit of the enrollment of memberships is that you get to, for the other patches that not are excluding X39, you can take advantage of the multi-unit pricing. So what that means is, say a package of glutathione. One package would cost you $69.95. But if you buy two patch packets, mix and match, whichever you like, they're going to go down to $59.95 each. And if you buy three, again, mix and match, it goes down to $49.95. Now, as you can see, there's 5 different levels that members can join, depending on your budget or where your comfort level is. You know, we've seen a lot of people that have several family members, they want to get involved, and they usually prefer to go in at a silver or a gold member because you have more product to use. Others, you know, maybe just want to try X39, they go in at a bronze level. Platinum and diamond are usually, you know, for people who are pretty serious about, you know, building the business. It gives you a lot of good value for what you're purchasing. So regardless of whatever membership you choose to start with, you can always upgrade, and there's always a substantial savings when you upgrade, rather than just, if I want to buy 2 packages of packets, look at your upgrade options first, because there's usually a way you can save a couple bucks there.
Yeah, there's one other thing I'd like to mention too. When we look at this, what we're looking at here is a single screen, but what this screen represents is an opportunity for you to be actually in business for yourself. And the most that you could spend coming into the business would be this $1,600 at the diamond level. But very, you know, not many people just dive into the diamond level, but just consider that if you did, you're talking about a $1,600 investment to have the ability to build a business using all of this. And when you see the replicated website that you get and the back office support that you get, and the fact that that $1,600 represents about $2,700 in product that you're going to be getting, it's just such a diabolical difference to what we experienced when we were learning the social media marketing. What we were offering, you know, learning that process was basically helping to teach other people how to use social media to drive their businesses. Well, one of the things that we recognized in that process was we were getting all this learning in, but we didn't really have a product or an offer that we really, you know, were passionate about, except the LifeWave business that we had even before we learned the social media marketing. And in those arenas, you can be spending a lot of money to have the ability to help teach other people how to do that. But in this kind of an offer, you're actually receiving products that are not just valuable, products that truly help you and help other people. And you can build just a beautiful business with this and help other people do the same thing. I don't know why I got carried away on that tonight.
That's okay. Okay, so that really concludes this evening's webinar, and I think we set a record in time. We got through in 45 minutes. Of course, we've changed things up for those of you who have joined us before, and we thank you for coming back. We really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, but again, you know, if you want to grab your phone and take a snapshot, and as Joe mentioned earlier, if somebody else other than us, you know, another LifeWave member referred you to us, welcome. Please come back and visit us again, but please reach out to them if you're interested in purchasing product or becoming a member.
And then if you do become a member, we're going to be here. You can just reach out to us anytime you want to. We'll be there to help you. And that you can count on. Now, we both work full time, so we might have to get back to your emails really quickly. But we've been, you know, we just have just been enjoying ourselves doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's very, very, very. I mean, it's when you can help others. There's no greater calling. I mean, really, it just is a really good feeling.
Yeah. To
help other people.
So you know, we went through pretty quickly the different products, and there's going to be a lot of questions on that. And we can certainly, if you go to our website, you can dig in deep to all the products that are out there and available. But if you remember, we talked about at the beginning, Energy Enhancer, Ice Wave, and Silent Nights. And the way that that falls into our VLP movement, those are the patches that give you the vitality in life, the Energy Enhancer, the Ice Wave that pulls the inflammation out of your body in those certain areas that slow you down. And then we jumped into the YH patches. And the YH patches are those patches that bring us into the longevity of our VLP movement, because the glutathione, the eon, and the carnosine patches, all three of those working in unison. You don't wear all three of them in one day, don't get me wrong. But all three of those working in unison are reprogramming your body to build the antioxidants to the point where they're working to get your body, you know, younger and better feeling and so on. And so then they added the X39 to that, which is the perfect extension of the YH patches, but it's a different type of technology entirely. And that stimulates the stem cells. And if you can get your stem cells getting younger and working like young stem cells, you know, who knows where this is going to take us. So we're going to have the vitality, the longevity, and with the way the LifeWave business is put together, we have the prosperity piece moving in the right direction. So reach out to the website. You'll see a lot of information on each and every product. You'll see testimonials out the kazoo and the science behind all the research studies that have been put into place in the university studies and the double-blind placebo studies and things that I can't even pronounce studies. But it's just an amazing, amazing website, and you'll have tons of information out there. But we'll be glad to try to respond to any specific questions. And if we don't answer them tonight, we'll go back into the role and make sure that we get some answers to you.
Right. Okay, so that concludes our webinar. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. And thanks again, everybody, for attending.